Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is actually going to be all about contour products. So basically today's video I'm gonna basically talk about I wouldn't say my favorite, but really good contour products that I've tried. It's gonna be palettes and then contour products that I own, and I'm gonna share them with you guys. Because some of you guys are probably trying to figure out, what's a good contour palette for you, or what's a good contour product for you. And I'm going to talk about different types of contour products I have, like a touch base on cream contour, and then like powder contour and stuff like that. So yeah, and like kind of like liquid contour also. So yeah, let's just get started with the video. Okay, so first, obviously we're going to talk about powder contour first. So that's something that everybody in the beauty community is using. So basically, and you know that Anastasia did come out with I think it was the very first contour palette. I think, I'm not technically sure. If you know, you can comment below and let me know. But so when she came out with a contour palette, then everybody else started coming out with a contour palette. So yeah, so here, this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour palette, and at first this is her basic contour, the basic contour palette that she personally came out with. This is like the basic palette. She does have more different varieties of contour shades that you can change it out. So they do pop out like that, and you can just change the shade. So you can basically keep the palette, and if you run out of a certain shade, then you can just take this out and then order a specific shade. You don't have to order a full contour palette, which I think that's pretty cool of her for doing for this palette. But this palette is actually a really, really good. It is really good. The price point is $45, I believe, but I know it's a little pricey for some of you guys, but it's actually really good. The quality is really good. I do really like this. This is the first contour palette that I've ever owned, and I actually really like this, and as you can see, I used it a lot. So it obviously does have your 3 basic highlight shades and then your 3 basic contour shades. And if this doesn't fit you, of course she has many different options for you to choose from. So that's why I think this is a really good, because you can choose any color you want, and I'm pretty sure there should be a shade for you out there. So that's why I really like this palette. It's a really good contour palette. But I haven't used it as much anymore because I've been using this. This is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette. Everybody was raving about this when it came out, and I wanted to get my hand on this, and I believe I got this a couple months ago, and I love this eyeshadow, and I love this contour palette. It's such a good contour palette. It's super pigmented. Like, you literally only need a little bit, especially for the banana shade, because if you literally try to like stick your brush and swirl it in and then put it underneath your eyes, it can look cakey and it's gonna look very intense. So I do recommend that you do put a very, like, if you just dip it in a little bit and then shake it off, and then you can apply it, because it is so pigmented and you don't want to like make your, make your eyes look crazy. I believe this is around the same price as the Anastasia one. This is a really good contour palette. I do highly recommend it. It's really good. The only thing about this contour palette is it's just, this is what it is. Like, it's just the basic contour palette. Like, it doesn't have any different shades. These are the only shades that come with it. That's the only downside to it, is that it doesn't have like, different shades. Like, it's like not meant for everybody, I'd say. You can work with it. I would say you can really try and work with it. It would still work if you tried. If you can't afford the Kat Von D or the Anastasia contour palette, because they are a little pricey, they are around the $45 range, and I know some of you guys can't afford it. It took me a while to like get this, and I totally understand. Everybody like can't afford everything, and I totally understand. So I did want to include a cheaper alternative, or like a more of like a drugstore end for powder contour products. So I do have this NYX highlight and contour palette, and this is how the NYX Contour Palette looks like. They did just recently come out with this, I believe this year, about I'm not sure, I'm not entirely sure, but I remember I was trying to get on my hand on this for the longest time. Like, I was like, where is that NYX Contour Palette? I just remember when it was coming out, it was sold out at my local beauty store, and it was sold out at Ulta. I didn't want to wait and buy it online, so I was just waiting for my stores to restock, and it was always out. So, but anyways, that is like off topic. But anyways, so this is a really good contour palette if you can't afford a lot of the higher end. I mean, this is $20, but I do feel like I do think it's worth $20, and you can get this at Ulta. And if you guys don't know, Ulta always has like a buy one get one 50% off, or they always have a sale. And I would say if you do have an Ulta, definitely get this at Ulta, because you do get good sales there, and they sell this, and they always have buy one get one 50% off on NYX products. So yeah. But it is a really good palette. A lot of people do say that the contour palette is a little muddy. I personally do think it is a little bit, but that's why I use a light hand. If you do use a very light hand with these are really, really good. It can be a little muddy when you blend it out. That's why don't swirl your brush in it and, like, you know, pack it on your face. I would say it's better to just apply it lightly and then keep applying it until you feel like it's perfect for you. Because if you do apply way too much, it can become a little muddy. And what's good about this is you do have more contour shades and more highlight shades compared to like the Shade and Light palette and the Anastasia contour palette. So you do get 4 contour palettes, you get an extra contour shade, and you do get 4 highlights and extra highlight shade. And so that's what's really good about this palette. It's affordable and you get more shades. And what's also cool about this palette also is it's like the Anastasia one, where you can change the shades. So you can literally pop this out and then take it out, and it's like that. So you can pop it out and change the shade. So if you were only specifically using a certain color or certain colors on this and weren't using all of them, and if you run out, you can buy them separately. I don't think that they have, I don't know if they actually have like multiple different shades. I'm not sure. I don't know if they have just these shades. They might have more shades rather than these. I'm not entirely sure. But, you know, if you do know, please let us know down below if you do know if they have different shades. But I do know that these just come out and you can actually buy the shades separately, so you don't have to buy a full palette. So that's what's also cool about this. And instead of paying like $45 for the Anastasia one, you can buy this for $20 or even less than that if you have a coupon. Okay, so another cheap alternative for like powder contour, if you wanted a cheaper contour product and you didn't want a palette. If you didn't want a palette, I would say go with like these. These are NYX bronzers, but who said you can't use bronzers for contouring? But I would say personally, these NYX bronzers are actually really good for contouring your face. Like this, the Deep Matte Bronzer from NYX is actually really good. The reason why I say these ones because they are mattes and they don't have any shimmer whatsoever. And obviously when you have when you do contour, you don't want to have shimmery stuff. You don't want to have glitter in your contour product. So these NYX matte powders, bronzers don't have any shimmer whatsoever. So these are really, really good for contouring. So you do have, this shade is in the shade Deep. Yeah, this is in the shade Deep, and this one is, as you can see, very deep. But the reason why I chose this as a contour shade is because it is a cool tone color. There's some of you guys that likes cool tone colors and warm tone colors. It's kind of up to your preference on what you want to contour with. This is a cool tone color, so obviously this is a really good bronzer. Good bronzer. This is a really good contour shade for some of you guys that really want to just have just a specific contour shade rather than to just have a whole palette if you know you're not going to use it, if you know what I'm saying. Because, you know, you may want the palette, but you're probably not going to use all of them, and maybe you just wanted one shade. And this is really good. This is only about $7, I believe. Around $7, $9, I believe. But this is how it is. It is a very nice cool tone shade. And then they do have a warm tone one. For all of you guys that like warm tone contours, I wanted to include this also. So this one is NYX Dark Tan. And this is how it looks like. As you can see, this one's darker and this one's lighter. As you can see, this is more of like a cooler tone color, and then you have the warm tone color. So obviously you can contour with this cooler tone, and if you want it, if you don't like cool tone contours, it's totally up to your preference again. But I do have a warm tone shade for you. And yeah, these are really good. I'm telling you, these are really good. They're really good for contouring because they aren't shimmery and they are very matte. So these are really good and super affordable and inexpensive, you know. Okay, so I do have cream products to share with you guys, cream contour products to share with you guys, just in case you wanted to step out of the powder contour or you were more of a cream contour person. So for me personally, I love powder contour. It's really good, and it's for more natural days for me. And then you have cream contour. Cream contouring I really like using cream contouring for days that I know I'm gonna be out all day, because cream products do tend to stay on longer than powder contour or powder products. So I do recommend cream products if you're like for days that you're going to be out all day, or you know you're going to be out all day, you know, and it's really good. They're really good. But yeah, so the first product I want to share with you guys is the Anastasia Cream Contour Palette. And I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm talking about this. So Anastasia came out with a cream contour palette. She's on a roll when it comes to contour products. So she came out with this cream contour palette, and I thought it was a great idea because cream contour is a way to go, like I said, if you want to go out all day and stuff like that, or you know, if you're just going to work all day and you wanted your contour to stay on that long. Like, this is a really good product. It is around the same price as the regular powder contour palette from Anastasia. I think it is about $45, I believe. So it's around the same price area. So you can choose either between that or this, but I would say this is still good. And the reason why, you obviously get 3 shades of highlight and you get 3 contour shades. So basically, and then you have like a salmony, like orange tone color. And that is really good for canceling out your dark circles. I would say that's a good idea. You can either apply it underneath your foundation or over your foundation. It's up to you, but I like to just apply it over my foundation. And what I do is just apply it, and then I set it with a powder contour product like this. I would set it over just so it would lock the cream contour in place, so it would last all day long. The only thing is it depends on the cream, on the consistency of the cream. If you are a drier skin tone like me, I would definitely say put argan oil, since this cream contour palette is a little stiff. It's not really oily, it's just very stiff. So I would say put a little bit argan oil, because if you don't, it does make your face look really cakey, and it dries out your face, and then it like clings onto my dry patches. So I definitely would say to just put a little bit argan oil. So for a cheaper alternative, I do have this. This is the NYX Conceal Correct Contour Camouflage palette. And this is how it looks like. It kind of reminds me of the MAC palette one that they do have, and this is how it looks like. It's very small. It does have 3 highlight shades, and then you do have your contour shade. So this actually comes in different shades. So mine's in the shade light. They do have like a light, medium, and deep, I believe, but I have mine in the shade light, specifically for this contour shade right there. So you do get a banana shade again, and then you do get your 2 like just regular like highlighted shades for different skin tones, and then you do have the pink salmony color again, like the Anastasia one, which is cool because you do get the salmon color, the pink salmon color. and you do have like a contour shade and your highlight shade. So that's what's really good about this palette. This is basically almost the same as this, but in a smaller version. It's not as great as this, but it's still good, if you know what I'm saying. This consistency is a little bit more like smoother or like creamier. I wouldn't say creamier, but it just moves more than this. This is very stiff, but this isn't very as stiff. But it's still a good product. This, I believe, only ranges from like $7. I believe it's $7 or $11 or $12, around there. Again, it's not pricey at all. I mean, it's actually very affordable. So if you're looking for a cheaper alternative for this, I would say this is a really good alternative. You don't get a lot of product, but hey, it is $11, $12, and you know, obviously, but it is still really good. I believe a little does go a long way. I definitely love this contour shade right here. This is a cool tone contour product, and it's really good. They have like multiple different shades. I believe some of them are like deeper and warm tone, but specifically when I used to really like cool tone contouring, I really wanted the cool tone one, so I picked up this one right here. Okay, so the last two products I want to share with you guys are like liquid concealer-ish type of contouring. So yeah, so if you don't really like to powder contour, if you don't really like to cream contour, but you want a more like harsh, I wouldn't say harsh, but if you want a more like very structured contour, and more pigmented contour, I would say that these are really good. I would say like liquid contouring is really good. Some people use different shades of foundation. It's up to your preference. You can do whatever you want. There's no rules in makeup, so that's why I love makeup. But you can, but there's different, but yeah. There's no rule, so you can do whatever you want. And, you know, some people use foundation. You can do whatever you want. You can use foundation or concealer. Some people like to use foundation, some people like to use concealer. But I personally like to use concealer. I do use foundation here and there if I want a very full coverage contour, if that makes sense. But yeah, so these are the Maybelline Fit Me concealers. I love the Maybelline Fit Me concealer as like a drugstore concealer just because it's really good. It's really good, and I believe they're only about maybe $9. Maybe not. No. Wait, I'm totally off. They're about $5, $6, I believe. And so I have these two shades. I have the one in 10 Light, and then I have this one in Dirty Cafe. So what's really cool is that the concealer method is really good because you can also use this to highlight, but also use this as concealer basically, because it is concealer. So basically to conceal and to highlight, which is really cool because then you don't have to do an extra step of, you know, like putting the cream and then putting the concealer and then putting the powder, you know? It's just basically a 2-in-1 concealer and highlights, and then obviously you have to set your eyes. But these are really good because they give you a better structured contour if you really like that. So I would say, you know, obviously you would highlight your face with the lighter one, and then the darker one you would contour. So you would basically just align it, and then you would just apply where you usually contour and then blend it out. I would say it's really nice to blend it out with a like synthetic brush. I say synthetic brush just because it doesn't pick up too much product. Because if you do use, you know, regular brush, it does end up picking so much product, and then you do end up losing the product that you put on your face, and then you just wasted more product. So I would say it's better to use a synthetic brush when it comes to concealer products. But yeah, these are really good. You can just use this to highlight and contour. Again, these actually last a really, really long time if you do set them. I would say that the cream contour though lasts a bit longer though than these, like when it comes to liquid contouring, because cream contour is a little bit more stiff and a little bit more sticky, so it does cling onto your face a little bit better when it comes to liquid you know, when it comes to liquid contouring, because they are a little bit more slippery, so they tend to move and slip if you don't set it. So that's it for the video for you guys today. I do really hope you guys enjoyed this video and kind of like got what I was talking about in the video. I do really hope this video isn't too long. I did want to cut it down a little bit, but it was just a very long video. I did want to very like touch base on each product that I have. I wasn't gonna try and like talk too much about it, but I end up talking too much about it anyways, just because, you know, I wanted to talk more about it, just in case you guys wanted to know more about it, you know. So I really hope this video was very helpful to you guys, and I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely give it a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed it. If you guys didn't, you guys know the drill, give it a thumbs down. But yeah, giving it a thumbs up just kind of gives me the idea that you guys do like these types of videos. But yeah, thank you guys so much for all your time and watching this video. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Snapchat, and I will leave that all linked down below for you guys. And yeah, and I think that's it. Oh yeah, and before I go, I am changing my schedule. So I'm gonna just start posting videos Tuesdays and Thursdays. Originally, I was trying to post 3 days a week, but it wasn't working out for me. So I am gonna just post 2 days a week, and then maybe if I do get in the hang of this, then I will move up a day. But right now, I'm just gonna start posting Tuesdays and Thursdays. So yeah, and yeah, I'll see you guys later in my next video. Bye guys.